And that
That's
might
right. You
have
guys haven't
even
opened the
more.
door yet.
It might have even more resources for us.
I got so many skill ranks this level. So I took the feat Fast Learner. Just lets you get
That's a
both
good one.
favorite class bonuses. Yeah, as a human.
I got 3 skill ranks, Pluto.
Nice. 3 whole skill ranks.
Woo!
Yeah, including
better than
background skills. Yeah, it's kind of with Slayer. I was getting like 7 skill ranks a level. I
Yeah,
think there's
Slayer.
6 plus int.
Yep.
And I had
Slayers get a
-1
lot.
int. Yeah, and then Hell Knight is 2 plus int. I'm like, oh my god, come on.
Yeah. But you qualify for Fast Learner if you want. Although the more you
have so many
multi-class, the
things to
worse
take.
the worse that feat is. Like I only have a 1 level dip, so like I'm only missing out on one hit point and 1 skill level or 1 skill rank.
Yeah, I'm going to do a lot of multi-classing, so it's not going to be great just between these two.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I took a rank in swim. I know how to swim, guys.
Nice.
Can I have a character sheet, Matt?
Oh, for your squire?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you a character sheet. There's an unclaimed one there in character selection now.
Missing 1 skill rank somewhere. I didn't put in. Let's figure out where I missed it.
Pluto, I can't believe you don't want to play One for All with me. I played, what's it called? Hurricane, Blade of the Ruined King, Yuumi Jungle today. It was amazing. Except my team all FF'd because they were inting, and I was the only one that had more kills than deaths. But still, we could have won. It was against Trundle. We could have won.
I'll take your word for it.
Actually, attack speed on hit Yuumi is really funny. It just looks funny.
Oh, you made one? Okay. I'll just delete the name one.
Did it make another one? Okay.
It's weird, it makes like 2.
Did you import, or is that how
No.
you importing the sheet? Okay.
So I'll just delete the one that's not Sam.
I'm just doing minimalistic stuff. I made some changes. This is Sam, our weaponsmith. If you need any weapons made.
The squire.
Nice.
Sam the squire.
He's not a squire anymore.
The squire smith.
He's just
It's a weaponsmith.
He's a weaponsmith. Yeah.
Is he wise?
No. He can engineer stuff.
Dang it. I wanted Sam wise.
No.
Is a third level scroll worth 375 GP something that I'd have to roll the D100 for?
Yes.
I think what
All right.
200 gold is the limit right now.
Yep, still 200.
Okay. So I start doing slash roll.
So long as Thrun is still in control, that limit persists. Alright, you can find it.
All right. And I guess to save on money, is heroism something that Amon would want to know?
I mean, that's probably something I'll pick up, but I don't know what our time's looking like at the moment.
Okay.
How are you saving money?
It doesn't really save us any money, but
Wait, when you add a scroll to your spellbook, it consumes the scroll, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
What's the best class for crafting weapons, actually?
Cleric of
For
Toll.
There's a
crafting
few that are
anything
pretty
as
good.
wizard.
Yeah, cleric is pretty good. There's a war priest one that has an archetype for crafting. And I think there's one other, the fighter one that gets master craftsman.
Can a
You could also just make
paladin,
him an expert.
like, crown somebody as a cleric of Arche?
I see this guy as like, I mean, he could have like, shown an interest in your faith and be like a cleric, or they could just be a fighter, or they could be like a cavalier, because a cavalier is like paladin light.
You could also make him a. This is gonna be the weird option. You could make him a Phantom Thief rogue
Oh god.
on shit, or you could take and then you take this because it gives you skill unlocks, like, and you get them earlier than normal, and then you use like the feat master craftsman or whatever, so you're doing your crafting checks with profession instead of spellcraft check, and then you get to like roll them twice, or you
Alright,
can
I'm
always
just gonna
take 10.
go with
Questions, but
Weapon Bearer Squire. I'm just gonna stick with the
yeah, when
original
attempting
thing.
10 ranks per profession, when rolling the profession check, you can roll twice and take the better result. And then if you have the thing that lets you roll profession checks while crafting, then you just gotta roll twice every time you craft, which is pretty dumb.
You could give him an NPC class like expert and really just not have to think about very much.
True. Because I decided I don't want to take him with me. He's just gonna be like my third arm.
Yeah, he's gonna support you from with his own talents, which may not be combat oriented, but he still has talents.
Let me do that.
Is tribal cooperation something Amon can only do once per day and lasts levels? Rounds per level?
Tribal cooperations is something that lasts rounds, and I can do it 5 times a day, I think, right now. And the round duration actually scales. Like, as I level up, it's going to last longer. But I can only do it 5 times. I think that scales with my charisma, so if I get higher charisma at some point.
Okay, and that allows you to cast...
I thought, Puyo, you had something that, like, if you called us your tribe at the beginning of the day, then we can all, like, do something with each other, like talk to each other or something.
Yeah, when I get to higher level, I'll be able to do a thing where I can designate people as my tribe, and that lets us telepathically communicate across any distances for the entire day. Like, and I can set who's in the tribe every time I prepare spells.
When's that, if you know
That
off the top of your head?
Level 8, I think, or 9. Level 8
so
or
we're
9.
only like 1 or 2 levels away. That's cool.
We're a little,
you know what?
we're a
I'm
little
gonna
ways
make him
away.
weapons and armor. He's just gonna be the whole shebang.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, and if you have the, if you do a Phantom Thief and they take craft as one of their skill unlocks.
I'm
Then you
just
get
gonna do
like
the expert.
you don't ruin any materials if you fail a check by 10 or more. I don't know if that'll even happen, but when determining your weekly progress, double the result of your craft check before multiplying the result by the item's DC. So I think you just craft faster. That one.
And you said that the
But remember, you could give him a familiar. Give your follower a familiar, and then they can take cooperative crafting.
All right, I've already made my decision.
Yes, I am a leader. I have a follower, and my follower has a familiar. Ha ha
Also gonna make
ha.
baskets. No, I'm kidding.
My familiar also took leadership. He has a follower as well.
There
Oh
is
my
like
god, this is amazing.
another feat that's kind of like leadership, but it's like I think it's a lesser of or something.
Yeah, they have a few variants.
Yeah.
I don't think a follower actually can, or cohort can actually take those feats, or at least they shouldn't be able to. But yeah, it'd be funny though.
Well, I mean,
Like you have like your cohort has a leadership feat too and has his own cohort, and then like you and your cohorts all stand up and you're like, "Don't talk to me or my son's son ever again."
every group has a leader, and so if there's when the
Yeah.
leader's gone, who's next? Who's the alpha?
That's gonna be my tank build. Pluto is gonna be like a summoner who takes leadership and a familiar, and it's just I just lose my followers and my familiars, and that's how I tank in team fights. I just send them in.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Your leadership score plummets. Because yeah, every time you have like
Okay,
a
maybe not
cohort
that
or a
then.
follower die, it lowers your leadership score.
Yeah.
What
Also,
happens if
having
like your summoner guy dies like in Mantis's game?
Can I
oh,
take Master Craftsman twice
I can just
and
resummon him.
for each feat?
I think you only need it once, and it applies to all
No.
crafting
No.
magical items.
It only applies to one or the other.
I think you can take it multiple times.
I see.
is the limit for the gold pieces 200 or 250 before rolling the D100?
I think it's 200.
All
I
right.
think no, I think you only need Master Craftsman once, and then once you take that, then you can also take things like craft magic armor.
That sounds
or
more
craft
like it.
wondrous
That sounds more
items.
appropriate.
Because it lets you take those and counts as being the caster level, because those have caster level prereqs without actually
Okay.
being a caster.
Okay.
What are you looking for, Drew?
Then craft magic arms and armors, then along with that should do the trick.
Yes, yeah. If you just take Master Craftsman and craft magic arms and armor, then you can do that. And then, like I said, you can also take if you want to get wondrous
Then we
items,
bring
then you can also
Prodigy,
take
and we get the bonuses.
you can take like craft wondrous items as another feat, for example, if you want to also craft those,
I mean,
or whatever other feat you want.
I kind of just want him to be like a blacksmith, not too. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
If for whatever reason Freedom dies and we cannot bring him back, this guy can be a replacement character and he can immediately gain levels in something appropriate that you want to play.
I will
And then we'll worry
become
about actual class levels.
the war priest.
He
to
might take a
avenge
paladin,
freedom.
yeah, or war priest to avenge it.
Yeah, who knows?
Gosh, why am I missing my skill rank in here? Oh, okay. I remember now. I see it. I see it. Let me just double check to make sure I'm right. Yeah, okay. I put a rank in escape artist. Alright. getting some of those 1-point wonders in. Not that, although Escape Artist is kind of, I don't know. It's not really a 1-point wonder. I probably should put more points in it.
I think I'll ask Captain Sargetta to be on the lookout for a particular wondrous items, like if people are cool with me using a favor.
Sure, we got like a lot of them, so.
Yeah, it costs 2,500 gold pieces, unfortunately, so that's not. It'll have to be like, a favor and, you know, part of another one. But if somebody else
No, just give
has,
him the extra 500.
okay.
Wait, I have a question.
That sounds reasonable.
If I was a race that came with a spell-like ability, would I then need Master Craftsman? Because I just need to be able to cast spells to make magic armor and armor, right?
Well, wait, hold on.
No? Yeah, no.
I don't think having
okay.
a spell-like ability actually gives you a caster level
Counts,
for.
okay. Oh.
Yeah.
That's fair, that's fair. Oh.
Actually, can anyone loan me that extra 500? Because I spent a lot on potions and stuff, but I'd be happy, like, next time that we get some money to, give that 500 right back.
Do I have 500 right now?
And it doesn't have to be
much.
from, like, one person. Oh, okay. Alright, then.
So I'll loan you 500.
Alright, I will make a note of that.
Okay.
It's kind of a similar question to that secret though that people were asking was back when people were trying to use spell-like abilities to qualify for Mystic Theurge.
Okay, so yeah, I would rule no because the prerequisite for craft magic arms and armor is that you need caster level 5th. Although you can cast daylight as a spell-like ability, you don't actually have caster level 5.
Right. That's a.
Gotcha.
So otherwise, Master Craftsman obviously lets you bypass the caster
That's
level
me,
check.
going by raw.
Yeah. Not that I need to drop a feat because I'm struggling to even pick a 4th feat, but yeah. Because he's not gonna go on the field, so I don't need all these. Like most of the feats are like for.
You have skill focus?
When you're on them. No, I have prodigy though. I could do skill focus. I'm not sure if they stack well with each other though.
Oh yeah, I was gonna pick up a level 2 spell. A scroll of a level 2 spell.
That's my favorite spell.
I think I can pick up level 2 spells in Targo. I think at that point they're still under the 200 limit.
The 200? Let's see, what else did I get on my level up? I don't even know. Smite Chaos, my feet.
Yeah, did you pick your bonus feat too from the ranking up as the rebellion?
That was.
I think you probably already did. You probably took Iron Will.
I should have.
So
I did not put it on my sheet. I forgot, so thank you for reminding me. Oh no, I do have it here. I have it written down. I'm just blind. I called it bonus rebellion feat Iron Will, so I didn't see it under eyes.
So yeah.
Did we ever look at the gambling dice? Wait, no. The gambling dice that I got from the ghost to see if it was magical or not?
Yeah, they were.
Oh, they were? Oh.
I'm pretty sure
I don't
they
remember
were.
them being magical. No.
Wait, were they not?
Okay.
What?
No,
I thought we detected magic on them and they were magical. I could have sworn. But okay,
You
I might be
found a deck
mistaken.
of cards.
Yeah, those
That
were
might be what I'm
magical for
thinking of.
sure. It was a deck of illusions.
If they were magical, I'm pretty sure we'd have them and we'd know. So therefore, they're probably not. Because we would have
Yeah,
been like,
I just
ooh,
have ghost
money!
dice here.
Yeah. Because
Now
I'm
these,
broke.
even if they were magical, I think I'd probably keep them just like as a memento from that particular event.
Oh yeah, now that the event is over, I can get my weapon upgraded. I'm gonna go to my
Yeah.
blacksmith friend, and I'm gonna say some really suave words to him and make him like just fully on board with what we do, and I'm gonna start getting half price discounts from him. And he's loyal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like he's just making it for you at cost.
Uh, yeah. But it's for the cause. For the
Yeah.
You know, that's a
rebellion.
trait that saves you another 5% on crafting cost that I took on Jace in Pluto's game.
What was that?
It's called Spark of Creation.
Hmm. Doesn't look like he qualifies.
So I know I lose out a little bit of gold on doing it, but I'm thinking I might just get a wand of identify and with 50 charges, and not worry
Yeah?
about the caster level. Or
Sure.
it's identify doesn't care about your caster level,
Sure beats having to
and
prepare it all the time.
right, and that's just like a convenient, like a really convenient item to have.
Yeah.
Like I'll just use it for the rest of the game, basically.
Oh, I just don't
think I
own
have.
that feat in my hero lab, I guess.
Oh,
It's a
Master
trait,
Specimen.
not a feat.
Well, I'm not gonna put
If you're looking up the thing I
traits
said.
on my cohort. I don't know if I can, but I just haven't. Oh.
Anyways, we want to start, or I don't know. I know you don't want to get too far ahead without Grim.
Yeah, we can start.
I
I
kind of
did have
already
a question
started. I
for.
turned the recording on, so.
Yeah, that's
Does
fine.
Amon know levitate in his spellbook, or care to know it?
Hmm. I don't think I have
Because I
it, but I
think
have
you have
boots of
those
levitate.
boots. Okay, I'll probably just sell it then, just so I can scribe heroism in my spellbook. And that's the last thing I'll do.
You know what? He'll be
Well,
cooperative crafting. So if you guys need help crafting, just go to my dude. He'll give you a bonus.
Oh, you are taking cooperative crafting. It's pretty
that's
good.
good.
Oh, I hope he likes chemicals.
I could have him help me craft scribe scroll, maybe? I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know if that works on scrolls. I think it only works when like
Probably
creating items, like not that scrolls aren't items, but like gear items. Like when rolling for a craft check and all that. Do you have to do that for scribe scroll?
Yep. Yeah, you roll spellcraft checks for scribe scroll as well.
All right, maybe it
It's
works. I
craft
don't
or
know.
spellcraft checks. So either or. Yep. I don't see why I wouldn't. Yeah.
He just rolls
I think that's
profession
a
check.
good feat for him.
But
I'm
you
not-
also have to have cooperative crafting, right? Because it's a co-op feat.
Oh, is it a teamwork feat? Yeah.
Isn't it a teamwork feat? I'm pretty sure it is.
No,
No?
it doesn't say it.
Are you looking in Hero Lab?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't know how this game works. What's Pathfinder? Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
not.
it's not a.
Okay.
Not.
It's just an item creation feat. You Just
You
have
Yep.
to
must
be able
both
to.
possess the relevant craft skill, is all it is. Okay.
Yeah.
And item creation feat. So yeah, I guess he
Yeah, yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
have scribe scroll, so he couldn't do it with
Yeah, but
me. But
teach him next level. Next time he gets the level, which is a
He'll
little
have a lot of
slower
skill
than
points though.
ours. But
I'll be like, all right, bro, you gotta get 1 point in wizard and
right,
get
like,
scribes, pick up scribe scroll.
yeah.
You're like, all right,
Yeah, sure.
I'll learn to be a wizard.
Well, he doesn't necessarily need craft like scribe scroll. He could have craft like some other relevant thing.
No, for cooperative crafting, they need to have. Oh, I guess it's ore. It says an ore. So if he has a relevant craft skill, I guess, like he's like,
If he has like
I
craft
have,
calligraphy or something.
So someone with
yeah.
like, yeah, master craftsman can work with someone with. Actually, no, never mind. That's not how that works. Anyways, ignore me.
Yeah, as far as like picking up where we left off,
Yeah.
it's pretty much like after you guys have been publicly addressed,
Uh-huh.
and I'll say, eventually, uh, things calm down, and you're free to go about whatever it is that you want to do.
I'll be pretty much buying a couple things and then like hiding away in my laboratory and just scribing stuff for most of that day.
But while everyone is congregated, though, you guys can catch several rumors
Oh
that
Ooh.
people
yeah,
are talking
Yeah,
about.
we love rumors.
great album.
Do I need to roll for that? Roll diplomacy check? I can do that.
I'm gonna stay also like out in the open today, like remain visible among the public.
Oh, I'm just as good as you, Pluto.
Maybe go about the shops, window shopping and stuff, just to make sure that like everybody knows that I'm not afraid to be present after
Yeah,
that.
you're
I'm
you're a
not
very public
afraid.
face now. You're pretty much the face of your group at this point.
Whoops, that was perception.
That's right, beaches. It's me. Me.
Pluto, I'm just as good at diplomacy as you. You rolled a 3, I rolled a 19.
Damn, we're pretty good.
Okay.
We're a suave group.
Yeah, you guys rolled pretty well. Let me see what you guys get.
Also, my evil.
I probably
now 3.
try to gather some rumors while like operating my normal like
Okay, so
day
the
job
DC is
business.
still low. It's DC 15, so some of you are gonna get multiple rumors. You guys might just get all of them in one go.
Just we spend one day and we hear all the rumors.
Yeah, well, it's 1D 4
One of the
hours.
rumors that we hear is that we think we heard all the rumors. Wow, that's quite some rumor.
Let's see, Freedom, you're gonna get 3. So go ahead and roll 1d10 3 times.
Should be like 1d10, then 1d9, then 1d8.
Okay,
Ah.
2, 5, 6. Okay, so the first thing you hear is people are talking about what Thrun was saying near the end of him like addressing you guys.
Okay.
And one of the rumors going around is that people are keen on this like party that that Barzillai is going to throw. They're saying that um, people are speculating that it might be a costume ball, for the whole city at the Opera House, because Kintargo has had costume parties before, and they're saying that like he said that invitations were going to be going out across all walks of life. Is that true? Like, maybe he isn't all that bad.
No, he's bad. He's don't let that fool you.
Like maybe I could find a golden ticket.
Yeah. Another rumor you hear is someone saying, my cousin's friend finally outdid herself with their crazy stories. She says she saw a blue dragon with some sort of pentagram carved into its chest, appearing out of nowhere on the roof of the opera house last night, before it took off into the night sky.
We heard of a blue dragon before, right?
Supposedly it's Barzillai's ally.
Yeah.
I think we even got a name at one point.
And the other rumor you get is someone's actually talking about Shenzhen. And what you overhear is, I heard that her shop burnt down during the Night of Ashes, but now I don't believe that Shenzhen died. She must be working for the Silver Raven.
Wait, who's Shinzen? That sounds like the pirate name.
She's the diva.
Yeah, yeah.
The the elf
Okay,
that
the famous
the
diva
Asasazi
lady.
elves were looking for too. So
Okay.
there are rumors going around that people think that she's working with you guys.
No, she's straight up missing. Spread that rumor. It's not a rumor, it's the truth.
Alright, Amon, go ahead and roll 2d10s and we'll see if you get some different stuff than what Freedom got. 3 and 7.
Hey,
Okay,
different.
that's 2 different ones.
Realize I never filled out
You
my
get another
points.
person talking about how Barzillai Thrun has promised more relaxed things. They're saying, it sounds like Thrun's considering ending the curfew. Maybe he'll even return our taxes back to us after this party he throws. Man, I wish I could attend and hear for myself. And you also get some people talking about a place that might be relevant to you guys. Heard from a merchant ship that sailed too close to the dismal niche that there were strange fires burning on the shore. That place is haunted for sure. Who in their right mind would live there?
Where was this at?
They were saying the dismal niche.
Dismal Niche. Okay.
Do I know what the heck that is?
It's on the map.
The dismal niche?
That's
Yeah.
it.
Actually, the Asasazi elves told you that that's where their village is located,
Oh,
and where
okay.
the Drowning Eye is as well.
So there's just
Caleb,
a
go ahead and
rumor
roll
that they're there.
2d10. Yep. Let's see if you get any different rumors.
You said 2d10.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
at least
2
I
and
got one
10.
new one.
Yeah, you got a new one. Alright, so yeah, you hear the one, people are talking about the costume ball, and they're like, oh yeah, like, everyone is going to be invited. But you also hear people talking about one of the noble houses. They're saying the Elorians seem to be shifting support from Kintargan tradition to Thrun. Feels more and more like our so-called nobles are turning into the Lord Mayor's pets.
what nobles?
The Elorians.
The Ilorians? Okay.
Yep. And you guys have actually been there before. You were at the Elorian estate. That's where you rescued or you escorted Markel.
Right, that had to do with the devil imp as well? No. Was that the same family?
No, there was a dog. There was a Cerberus there.
No. The devil that we well, I got rid of. We got
The
rid
little
of.
imp?
Yeah, wasn't that the family?
Oh yeah, from a while ago.
Same family? No. Okay.
No,
Okay.
that was a different family.
Okay.
But yeah, you are correct that the imp was in contract to an older family that wasn't around anymore.
Okay.
Leon, go ahead and roll 2d10, yeah.
Well, but the first one I rolled was accidentally perception. The second one was my diplomacy, and I don't think I got the
Oh.
DC.
Oh no, yeah, you're at 12 only. Okay, yeah, so those are the ones you get. I'll post the rumors just so that you guys can read them and log them if you wish.
All right, I already have, but yeah, it's good to see him as well.
So that's one rumor.
Damn.
Not that we're really doing anything.
Yeah, missed some of the. I mean, people will miss some of the council, but oh well.
Yeah, I mean, some of your council members know some things about these noble families, but it's going to be up to you to figure out where their allegiances lie and uh, how to secure them as allies.
Gotcha.
I know, like, the rumor supposedly is claiming that that this if this ball or whatever costume ball happens, that he's gonna be extending invitations out like by lottery or something. But I'm pretty sure that all these noble houses will be there.
How do you like Sam?
Yeah.
Isn't he a hunk? Sorry.
He is good looking. But yeah, your council members, they think that it's a given that the noble houses will be invited. It's more of a lottery for people who aren't well off.
Hmm.
And that's what they're interpreting.
Cinderella might get to
What was
go.
said. To what end, though?
So any
People
of
aren't
us then
sure
as
about
well.
it.
Okay.
Like Laria expresses that, like she doesn't know what Thrun, is up to in potentially inviting, anyone who lives in Cantargo. On the outside, it just seems like he's trying to curry favor, but she doesn't think that that's where it stops.
Mm-hmm.
But no doubt this will curry favor with Kintargo's nobles and artists.
So, we are going to crash a party?
Definitely use it as an opportunity, I think, to get close to Thrun and his allies.
Hmm.
Oh, no kaboom.
Yeah. Assuming that this actually happens. Still have not heard anything official about it.
I've heard
Sure.
rumors that there is a secret entrance via the sewer into the opera house. I believe we even came into possession of a map showing the layout of the sewers. Is that correct?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. And we haven't, pursued that avenue yet, but
Not yet.
if we are if we are going to go to the party, it might be wise to check to see like where this egress leads out. That way, if we need to make a quick undercover getaway from the party, we could use that as like a secret, uh, you know, get out spot.
Laria also brings up, you know, as far as regional support goes, I don't really have a suggestion for forming an alliance, but uh, Cheliax relies on Kintargo a lot for regional support. And I do know things about some trade routes.
Ah, yes, the network.
There is one navigable pass through the mountains, through the Menador Mountains, uh, that is navigable for troop movements as far as the rest of Cheliax is concerned. We just call it the Menador Gap, but if this pass were to close, Cheliax would be unable to send any additional ground troops directly to Kintargo, and they'd have to move around through Nidal or up through Petsak.
Mm-hmm.
Making a note of that. So, are you saying that if some sort of rock slide or avalanche were to happen, it might prevent any troops?
Well, I know something better than that.
Please, mon chéri, do tell.
Well, you see, there's a fortress up there over in the Menador Mountains, and supposedly there is some powerful um, something powerful that is guarded there in the Menador Fortress.
Hmm.
Because you see, that didn't always used to belong to Cheliax. I heard that there was an order of Torag there at one point.
Torag, like dwarves?
Yeah.
Hmm. Was it like a sky
That's
citadel or
like
something?
Jace in Pluto's game follows Torag.
Mm-hmm.
And these dwarves, they were very dedicated to crafting weapons or armor.
Well, see, that's the thing, is that I heard that there was an order devoted to Torag there, not because that they were making anything, but that they were guarding something powerful. I think it was called the Anvil of Unmaking.
Did she say that was the name of the group or the name of the artifact that they were
No,
guarding?
of what? Yeah, this artifact.
Hmm, okay.
Got that written down.
So, have I heard of the Anvil of Unmaking?
Yes, it's something that I can
Is
roll
there a
knowledge on.
knowledge check I can do for that?
Oh, we can give that to Sam. Hell yeah!
Maybe, yeah.
Make shit
you
for
you
us.
built me to make stuff, not
If it
unmake
has
it.
to do with farming, I might know about it.
I need to get his diplomacy up. He has diplomacy as a class.
You can roll knowledge history.
He doesn't have very good charisma.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Ooh, are we at the table?
Yeah.
Oh, screw you!
I don't have
Getting one
history.
higher than me.
Sucks.
I mean,
I'll leave you
thank
guys
you,
to do.
friendly teammate, for succeeding where I failed.
What is our meeting room? Is it the gambling room?
It might
Yeah,
be.
the
It's got a
ghost
table.
Where
table.
the table is, yeah.
I'm probably idly
Okay,
rolling the dice.
28 and
But nobody's
29.
gonna have
All right.
PTSD in there. No flashbacks, memories. Okay.
Nah,
So,
Leon only remembers it fondly.
you guys kind of work together on this one, and you guys remember that in the documents that Rexus was looking at, that you guys had found in the first part of the adventure, he didn't talk about this explicitly, but I'm sure you guys have, looked at them a little bit, and you guys actually found that the original Silver Ravens had noted something about this Anvil of Unmaking.
Oh, okay.
And you guys recall, from your investigation into history, is that there was a group of dwarves, a group of dwarven engineers during the Age of Darkness that carved all of these narrow, winding roads into these mountainsides.
Ooh. So there's roads.
And they also, uh, these dwarven engineers also knew they needed a plan for some worst case scenario, like in the event that there was like war or something coming to this keep that they had built. And the failsafe that they created was an engine of self-destruction called the Anvil of Unmaking that could be used to destroy the keep and close the pass.
So that sounds like a pretty big deal then.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, the original Silver Ravens learned of this, and this is where you recall seeing it in the notes that Rexus was looking through. But the original Silver Ravens were in no position to take advantage of it. They just made notes of their discovery.
Oh, okay. Man, I feel like I was thinking at first when you said it, was like sounded like the thing from Giant Slayer. But that
Nah.
Oh
was
yeah.
the hammer of unmaking, apparently.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. And
But you could
there's an
probably
anvil
bring the
that goes with
hammer of
that.
unmaking to the anvil.
Well, I mean,
See if they just blow up.
there's already an anvil that it has a bunch of special properties with. I don't remember what the name of it is, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, some mild spoilers for
Hmm.
Giant Slayer, but
Dang.
Leon looks really excited at the prospect of using this anvil to blow up a whole fortress.
Jeez. There could
so
be
that's
innocent
another
Sounds
thing that
people in
we would
that
have to.
fortress. Now. Don't get
That's
carried
another
away.
thing that we would have to leave Kintargo for too.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
How
Since
long? How
rats.
long would how long is journey is it there anyway? How far outside Kintargo do we have to go for that? Maybe I know that. I do have knowledge geography. I probably don't. Well, maybe I do. It's probably not a super high DC because it's just like super basic geology, or geography rather. That's how bad I am at geography. I think it's geology.
You gotta taste the dirt to know how far away it is.
Maybe someone else can tell me then if I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, if you're unable to get it, I guess you could posit the question to Laria, since she seems to be knowledgeable about the situation.
I have my familiars page open. I was like, what the? Iowa,
She
17
says
DC.
that it's not exactly close. It's it's like more than 200 miles from Kintargo to Minador. Or to Minador Keep.
Okay.
Like there's
So
numerous small towns and villages.
we would probably be gone for a week or more then.
Unless we had teleport.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have that. I haven't had access to magics that powerful in a decade, at least.
Well, I think that perhaps we could pursue that after we assist the Asasazi elves, or yeah, some other time.
Yeah, she says that, Menador Keep, I think, that would be something to look into in the future. More pressing matters at hand.
Right. We don't want to give them too much time to clear away the rebel. It would be like a 1-2 punch. Like we do that right before we are about to stir up some real trouble here.
Yeah, that's probably reasonable.
By the way, has anybody seen a great blue dragon flying from the upper house?
A
With
blue
a
dragon.
pentagram on its chest. We have heard that it is in communique with Barzilai Throne on multiple occasions.
It's just a rumor. It might not even be true.
But it is a persistent one.
Hmm. No one here has heard anything solid, but yeah, they do. They do agree that they have heard rumors about about a dragon, and that part of the rumor is that it's an ally of Barzillai Thrune. No one has any
I believe it.
concrete information.
Do you believe in dragons?
I believe that he would have a
Do believe in
dragon.
life after love.
He seems awfully confident, as if he has some defenses. Why not a dragon?
And
Corva
does.
actually speaks up, and she says that it
Mhm.
might entirely be a ruse. Sometimes the greatest the greatest deterrent is deception.
I tell her in a Tengu, wise words, mon ami.
You think it's an illusion or a shape change of sorts?
She says that it might be a lie altogether.
Oh.
If he appears to have a powerful ally, all the more reason not to oppose him.
Could watch the skies more. Just to make sure.
Hmm.
Leon keeps that in mind. Like, if he ever gets truth saying and sees a dragon, he's gonna cast it and be like, I see you.
And just
Um,
wander the streets with sea invisibility up just in case.
Yeah.
Octavio nods and says that it may be entirely possible that Thrune has just circulated rumors about, a draconic ally, but he has no doubt that, Thrune has powerful allies.
Mm-hmm. Ah, I guess since we have everybody here, I'll ask them. Ah, has anybody heard about the Song of Silver? As we are, all members now of the Silver Ravens, I thought we need to know a little bit about our history.
So this is something mysterious, yes, that you guys did have in the notes back from the first adventure, but
Mm-hmm.
no one here knows about the Song of Silver.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Um,
Look a little disappointed.
would okay, maybe before I specifically ask, I'll maybe whisper to like Leon or something like, should we ask about maybe Lady Milari Decor might be able to help with that door that you were not able to get open? Should I ask her, or
Ah,
would you rather deal with that yourself?
I think I can perhaps deal with that myself. I've spent some time gathering resources, learning a couple of spells, and once the
Oh,
Capitan Sargetta comes through with those goggles, I will be happy to give it a second try.
okay. Um, yeah, I don't know if I have anything else I need. Not that I can think of.
Okay.
I guess we do have to decide what we're actually doing now. Um, like, are we actually just gonna go help the elves right now, or are we gonna wait for the ball? Do we have any sense at all about when this ball might happen?
No. It seems like if it is going to happen, it's not soon.
Okay.
So you guys providing aid to the Asasazi elves would probably be the most pressing matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If that seems to be like what the council's leaning towards, that's also where
Yeah,
what
I
Amon
think
thinks makes the
everybody
most
here at
sense
the
too.
council, including the NPCs, would, yeah, they would say that these people need help, and that would be the quickest way to secure
Like
an
an
ally.
alliance. Yep.
Sounds good to me.
And,
Let's do it.
control, or, further help and control over the city's, the river that kind of runs through the city would be very important.
Okay. Um.
Yeah, the
So yeah,
Ulubis River is huge.
we end up leaving to do that, then yeah, we probably deal with like some of the administrative stuff there and the like, okay, so, you know, Kane's in charge and there's money for pizza on the fridge and here's my cell phone number, aka a Silver Raven if you need to contact me.
Yeah.
Make sure you're in bed by 9 o'clock.
Sam
Okay.
is gonna start
You got school
staying at
tomorrow.
the Lucky Bones, and is there like a place that a forge could be set up for like armor and weapon crafting down here?
Probably, but not in like the first basement, probably the second basement. Which also, do you guys get the thing pumping air?
Do we know how?
You have the ring to the pumps, but you need
Right.
someone to actually do the fixing.
Yeah, if we could pursue that, then we can start allowing him to work down
Do we
there.
need do we need some sort of craftsman to do this? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
Do we need a farmer to fix the irrigation equipment?
No, I was thinking Sam. Sorry.
I
Sorry,
know.
Caleb.
Caleb's sad.
Caleb's
He
like,
doesn't know
oh
how to do it
man,
anyways.
I don't even know who this guy is. And he's replacing my role. I'm like, that was never your role.
Well,
Anyway,
What
yeah.
sort
my
of
role certainly wasn't
resources?
reading, so
Now,
I
our
need a roll.
craftsman is only level 5 with a 15-point buy, so it's not the greatest, but
I
What
don't
sort of
remember what we
resources do
all
we need for
needed.
that?
Well, we found
I
the
think it was
part we
like
need.
3,000 gold and like a week's worth of
oh yeah, I'm
time
not
like
finished
on
with
it,
him
right?
either. I'm still working on this guy.
Indeed, yeah. So, yeah, you guys identified that this thing can be repaired with 3,000 GP of materials, and 3 days of work by anyone with the Craft Wondrous Items feat.
Oh, I don't have that.
I don't know if
Gotcha.
Sam has that.
No.
Do we even have anyone with that feat? I don't know if we do.
No.
Well, since you're here at the council, do you guys express that or ask?
Ooh, we could.
Yeah, I think so.
Does anybody
Okay, well,
have the
in that
Craft
case,
Wondrous Items feat?
the person who makes the wondrous items at the Devil's Threads, yes, does have that, and that is Hedamon.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, if you have 3,000 GP worth of, materials, then he can assist you in fixing that.
I only have 400 gold pieces.
We could get the captain to, provide that, and he can give it to Hedamon while we're gone.
We get to make a knowledge. What do I want his knowledge to be? He's a local.
Should
He's a local.
should we use some of the captain's favors? They're like 2,000 gold pieces each.
Well, you guys can actually sell high-priced magic items now. You have black marketers.
Okay, have we sold that Seaborn Whip yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, we can sell that. I have it.
All right, we can use the funds from that to pay for that.
Okay.
How long will it take to sell that, or can that just be cooking while we're gone?
It'll take a little while to sell during the week, but if you guys are selling it, then the money will get to Hedamon at some point,
Okay, sounds
and
good.
he'll work on repairing the thing with whatever's
It's
available
in
at
the
the time.
party sheet, so
Good
Gotcha.
lord, I hope my familiar never gets hit by a fortitude save, because it has a
Oh.
+0 fortitude save.
Oh man.
Your treasury has 802 gold pieces in it at the moment, so some of that can be used for Hedamon to begin working with.
Okay. Well, if the Seaborn Whip is like a +2 weapon, that's like
It's worth a
at
lot.
least 4,000.
Yeah, it's actually going to sell for, I think, slightly more,
Right.
because the
So,
black
yeah.
marketers give you some kind of bonus.
Oh, hot damn.
Oh, I can actually talk with my familiar now too.
All right, then we'll get
That's
that
useful.
going.
Yay.
It says that it allowed us to sell items at a slightly higher profit, but doesn't tell me exactly how much.
I just realized. Freedom.
I'll just give you 5%.
Sam.
Cool.
Sam Freedom. Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did not. I
That's
did not
pretty funny.
intentionally do that.
he needs to have a really young nephew.
Okay,
Nephew
so I'll
Sam.
put this 4,565 into your treasury.
Cool.
Cool. Okay. I think Sam's fully built aside from like details, but I think if I'm not here and you're like, "What does he do?" You'll know. You'll know what he does.
Okay.
Also, if he ever gets
Okay,
raided,
so,
he has
yeah.
gear on, so he can defend himself.
Alright. So, yeah, your black marketers will work on selling the whip, and the money from that will go to the the fixing of the pump.
Cool.
And Hedemon can begin working on that. All right. Is there anything else you guys wanted to address at the council?
Hmm. I just looked through like all the notes of our old missions, and I think there isn't anything new. I guess maybe ask Hedemon or the people. Tell them that is there any more spates of murder or rabble rousing? Be sure to put it towards us, and we'll start putting things in motion to either solve the mystery or capture the individual responsible for it. Has there been any more excruciations since Barzillai made that declaration?
Nope, you guys haven't noticed anything like that. It seems like Thrun is pivoting on trying to curry as much public favor as possible.
Hmm. Speaking of public favor, Laria, if you are able to establish a repertoire with that reporter, if you are able to feed her maybe a little bit of information about what we are doing and how it is for the benefit of the city, perhaps get some articles running, putting us in a even better light and continuing to hold Thrun's feet to the cause.
All right.
I just puffing on my cigarette, can't think of anything else at the moment. Just
Okay.
eager to get to work.
Yeah, get to work.
Make that paper!
Okay. Well, if there's no other matters, then we can close this meeting of the Silver Council.
Yeah, we'll close with information about how to organize our next mission, and yada yada, and call it a day.
Okay. Then, yeah, all individuals in attendance, they begin to make their exit.
And yeah, we'll probably come to some sort of agreement on where we would have the next big meeting. Just maybe
Okay.
we
Yeah,
don't
that makes
know
sense.
exactly where,
Wednesdays at
but
4 in the
we talk about it.
morning.
Oh God.
Can we just do a Zoom meeting?
Yes, but I want you in full suit, makeup and
Do I
everything.
have to wear pants?
I don't care. Just keep the camera
Half
angled
a
up.
suit it is.
Okay. Well then, it's evening. What do you guys do anything else for this evening?
No,
Nah.
Okay.
I decorate.
Then you guys can rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kind of eagerly awaiting the captain to get those goggles, because once he does, then I'll be taking a whack at that door.
Yeah, I guess it's, um, the next day, or if it's still like midday, I don't know. Freedom's gonna go and buy like a bunch of like tapestries, um, of like a color theme, that like everybody
Doing some
agrees
interior
on.
decorating.
And yeah, and I'm gonna start just kind of, making this place look less dreary and a little more like, welcoming
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, you guys can definitely do some work on interior decorating.
It's like if you're gonna spend a lot of time down here, it might as well be pleasing.
Okay, you do that.
Okay. I'll probably
I'll say
spend like, I
it's
don't
the
know,
next day
10
then.
gold on like, it doesn't have to be quality. I'm just putting some money into the economy.
Mm-hmm. All right. What do you do the next day?
I'll give Sam a extract of Crafter's Fortune, and that'll last him a week for the next time he does a craft check.
Oh, I'll store this away. I'm pretty confident in what I'm making right now, actually.
Yeah, it'll only last 1 day if you don't drink it. If you drink it, then you have 7 days.
Oh. Well, spoiler alert, he already made his craft check for this particular craft.
And he's working on right now, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have an order afterwards. So if you want to order something, maybe you can save your spell slot. You know.
All right. What was that, Matt?
Um, how long ago did you ask for the thing from Sargetta?
Like the day that we probably like the day that we first found the door, because that's when I started formulating the plan and knowing that I needed something to improve my disabled device.
Yeah.
So I mean,
And
I
this
don't know how
is
many.
this is a
That was
magical
like,
item?
yeah, it's a wondrous item.
I mean, did you not want to check the markets?
Well, they cost 2,500 GP, and I mean, I don't have that cash on hand. I thought that using one of the favors would
Okay.
Would
Okay,
cover part of the
so
guild
I'm
cost as
I'm
well,
I'm
yeah.
looking at whatchamacallit, the at the favors Surgeon is able to offer, and maybe I misinterpreted this, but okay, so he doesn't get you an item equal to 2000 GP. He just rounds up 2000 GP worth of, values to give you as a gift.
okay.
So it's been about, I guess, probably 2 days
So you're saying we don't
since
have to
you
roll
you asked for
dice
it.
to get what we want up to a
Well,
certain
you
value?
are still gonna have to roll dice to get
Oh,
the
okay.
to find the item, but after 2 days, yes, he's rounded up 2000 GP. That is yours.
Okay. And how many days is this, like, after we discovered the door?
I said it's 2 days.
Two days after we discovered. Okay. Then I guess I'll roll a D100 and hope I get lucky. Oh yeah.
Okay, you can find the item.
Hell yeah. Okay. I put them on. Now I got some cool little specs where I can like lift up one lens or have them
Nice.
both down.
Spectacles.
Mm-hmm. I'll put that into my sheet. And once I have
It's a
them,
different look for you.
I'll
Or did you
ask.
always wear spectacles?
I never wore spectacles, but now he can look even more eccentric.
Leon, you're a nerd now?
Mon Capitan, I've always been what you call a nerd. Value,
Uh,
do you, and this book contains the secrets to the universe, no?
oh, wait. What do they
He
call
holds up
you?
his
A
formula book.
geek? You're a geek now. Is that it? Is that the one
A
that
geek that can
stings?
set things on fire.
Oh, yeah.
And now, with these goggles, I can open up that door. But I will need the jurist and Bear's help with that.
Oh, okay.
But you and Caleb are free to join me if you want, if you don't mind taking a dip.
I don't mind.
Alright. And I'll be asking Barry to accompany us so that he can cast Cat's Grace and Prayer.
Ooh, I can cast Cat's Grace on
Alright.
you. If I prepared
You
it today, but
can.
I could.
Yeah. If you wanted to.
Oh yeah, I'm a level 2 paladin now.
Let me show off.
Cat.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Okay.
Alright. So will Amon be joining me down there?
Sure.
Alright. So let's
I think at some point during the day, maybe earlier while you're going around doing that, I'm gonna use up one of my level 3 slots and try to scribe scroll. What's the DC
Yep,
to scribe a
and
level 3
just so
spell?
that everybody knows, yeah, the number of favors that Sarjetta owes you is now 7.
gotcha.
Okay. I don't know if I'll remember that. Favors. 7.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I auto pass scribe scroll checks generally speaking.
Alright.
Anyway,
And in
I'm
case
scribing a scroll of planar inquiry,
what? How do you
so
spell
I
that
just
name?
have it on hand.
Or whatever.
Oh,
7 favors from.
Captain Sarjetta.
yeah, I typed it into the chat.
Cool. I just drag that into my notes. Bam. Okay.
This is gonna cost me.
And if you ever look and wonder, Sam is very much male.
Okay.
Alright. And if Amon has true skill prepared, that will
Let me
Leon's
check that.
counting on that.
I can I can spend even if I didn't prepare it this morning, I can spend that 15 minutes to prepare it and give you it.
Yeah, you can like I mean I assume that we, talk ahead of time, so if you're able to
Sure.
prepare like 3 of those, because I will be doing 3 times
Ooh, 3 of them.
disable
Okay,
device.
yeah, I actually have the slots for that. So sure.
All right. Uh, I got heroism prepared, so I'm ready. Let's take a crack at that door.
Okay, let's go. Wait, who? Do you need? Okay, I put Cat's Grace on you, and then
Cool.
Yep.
I guess that's all I can do.
In order to. Yep, you must succeed in 3 consecutive disable device checks for this complex combination lock.
And I'll
Whoops.
Can one assist in disabled devices?
Only if you have it.
Sam has it.
I mean, if he wants to join and trying to assist, I mean, I won't say no.
He can assist, but you guys do know that this door is trapped, and that it is a dangerous trap, and all who are attempting to disable it could be subject to the trap.
Oh, we wouldn't want to kill my cohort right away. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with him not taking part.
What's the fun in having them if you can't throw them into the fire?
Exactly.
Okay,
Is
fine.
heroism in effect on the tracker?
Might be.
It goes from haste to immunity.
Guess not.
Yeah, it might not be a pre-made one.
Pretty easy to make the
Okay, I
codes
actually have
once
it on
you
my
get
spell
a
list.
feel for how they work.
+2 morale, attack, skills, and saving throws. So save to, skill to, attack to, ATK to, I guess.
Yeah, ATK.
Yeah, I'll just add it manually in the modifier.
You can
I
do
think
that
technically
too.
if you
Now and
put
then
the
later.
word morale in all lowercase, it'll type it too, so it doesn't stack with other morale effects, but I'm not 100% sure if that actually does anything.
I mean, since we got a little bit of time, I mean, if somebody doesn't mind walking me through it, I can create the effect for myself since I will be using this quite a bit.
Uh, can you, okay, can you paste, like, if I make a code, can it be pasted? I think so, okay. Let me make a code for you.
Yeah.
What is it? Attack
Okay, yeah.
to...
Attack 2 morale, skill 2 morale, save 2 morale.
Yeah.
Duration is 10 minutes per caster level.
Well, I ain't gonna make that part. You can do that. Okay, so if you copy that code into your, like, make an effect on your character sheet or something, and then copy that code.
Yeah.
Or if Matt opens up effects and adds that code for us, in fact, you can just add it.
There we go.
Yeah.
See the units here. I changed it to minutes. Is there? I'm looking
Put it
for
times
10.
10 in front of that. Just you have to put it as a multiplier.
Mm.
So put it times 10 in front of the caster level part.
Gotcha.
Not that that part matters, but it's nice to see it when you need to know. But
Right.
it's the rounds that
well,
matter. But
let's
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I guess Sam will be off doing Sam things while we do the
Hashtag Sam thing.
Sam things.
Sure.
I mean,
Okay,
Hedamon probably
Alright.
is needing. Does he have his own access to like water breathing to fix the thing, or
He does.
does? Okay, never mind then. I was gonna say Barry might have to help with that, but if he's got his own way to do it, then probably not.
Yeah,
And
he
then-
himself is a cleric.
Yeah,
So now the
and
only
I guess we're
thing I need
paying
to do-
him some of that money too from the Seaborn Whip because it only needed 3,000 normally, but since he's doing the work for us as well, he's getting paid too. Right?
He doesn't ask to be paid. He says that he's doing this in
Well, I
the
think we're-
interest of, of the
I think we're
rebellion.
paying him anyway. It's a donation to the Church of Milani.
Okay. Well, so are you ready?
Yeah, I'm adding the true skill and prayer
I already
bonus
added True Skill to
manually.
you.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Does that? So
Yeah,
that
it's only
applies
gonna
to,
roll
gotcha.
for one roll, so just tell me when you need it on you again.
Okay, then
It'll
just the
automatically
+1 for
expire once you do
prayer
it.
from Barry.
Where are we? Are we
Mhm.
on the water level for this?
Yes,
The
Yeah,
first,
this that's
okay.
where
yeah,
you would
So
be.
we have water breathing. Okay.
yeah. All right, here comes the first disabled device. Boom.
Okay, that's one success. Go for another one.
All right. Boom.
That's a second success. Roll another one.
All right. Kapow! Finishing it with a nat 20.
Yeah. All right. You successfully open the door.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Ooh.
I say merci, Madame Door, and I will open it.
Okay. You gain access into the vault.
The vault.
Inside, you see 3 heavy iron chests sit against the north wall of this otherwise empty room. Empty, that is, save for the desiccated corpse of a human woman with 8 long spidery legs protruding from her back.
Oh.
Ew.
Oh. Okay.
Is this some sort of like flesh warping, maybe?
Do devils or demons take this shape?
You don't know, but that's what you see.
Hmm. Do you think this could be the third guildmaster, the young woman?
Maybe.
Hmm. Uh, I guess I'll inspect it at first from a distance to see if it's, you know, mm, gonna attack us or if it's trapped in any way.
Okay, you do. It's motionless. It's old. It's. It doesn't look like it's moved an inch for a
The
long time.
So you said that it looks like it has like 8 spider legs coming out of their back.
Yep.
Can I check to see if those look like they were natural or put there afterwards somehow?
Go to roll a knowledge nature.
uh, yeah, it's not trained, so
Okay.
I'm pretty much
You can think
flummoxed.
what you want.
Okay, I'll ask everyone else, like, after taking a puff, like, do you know what the fuck this is?
I doubt it.
No.
11's probably not good enough to know.
An 11 knowledge nature is not enough to know what this is.
Any religious significance?
No.
Okay.
You guys are not sure what
Alright, well,
this
I'll
is
cast Detect Magic.
or what it was.
Uh,
You don't detect any magic from it, and you don't detect any magic on the chests.
Or anywhere else in the room.
Nope.
Okay. I mean, there could be magic in the chest still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I'll inspect the room to see if there's anything left over since, it seems like it's been emptied.
The room is otherwise completely empty, save for the chests
Mhm.
and the corpse.
Does it look like the door locks from the outside? Like if somebody
Yep.
was,
It locks from the
uh,
outside. It's a
uh,
vault.
So she got locked in here.
uh, we and but
hmm.
maybe it was an accident, or if they were all guild masters, why do you think perhaps Bacchus was trying to get her out, and that's why he was dead there, or because it seems that he was injured from the trap within the door?
I don't know, but we should definitely install some sort of safety protocol.
We, I agree. No, but everybody has a buddy.
No, like, let's just get rid of the door.
That is a better idea.
Turn it
He's
into
like, it
a
never occurred to
closet.
me.
Yeah, freedom's changing room.
Mm. I changed in the open in a room. Yeah. Just with the door open.
That's true, actually.
Yeah,
We've seen
it is
Freedom
true.
do that
It
before.
is true.
All right. So what else do
Okay.
you guys do here?
Anything going on in this room else? Like, I'll examine
I look at the
around.
chests.
Okay.
I'm not good at it, but I'll try.
Each of these chests are heavy and iron, and it looks like they're locked. And the locks on this are formidable. They're
Oh,
they're better than the locks on the door.
I thought you had said that the chests were open and that there was nothing inside them. Well, if they're still
Nope,
closed, and
they're closed.
okay, then I'll take out that keyring that I got off of the corpse of Bacchus and say, I think we perhaps have the keys for this.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you produce them.
All right. Does it
Maybe.
look like there's any particular demarcations that match the keys to the
Reveal
boxes,
the
to
room.
the
I
chests?
demand it. Sorry. I'm like the only one seeing on
Uh,
this map, I'm sure of it.
oh, sure, I can go and do that, but no, there's
Yeah.
no like specific demarcation, but you're pretty sure that these are the keys for the chest because there's one for each.
Okay. Um, well, I guess I'll inspect the chest to see if there's any traps. Because, I mean, I don't trust this as any farther than I could throw it.
There you go.
Yay.
It's an empty room.
Blue.
But you guys pretty much have the whole map revealed. I can just unmask the whole
Cool.
thing.
Yeah, unmask it. Let's see the art. And a compass.
No, you don't think they're trapped. You just think they're locked.
Alright, I'll start cycling. Start
Okay, you
cycling
go
through the
through the first
keys.
chest. The first contains monetary wealth. You find what must have been the guild's last takes, amounting to 388 platinum pieces, 2,345 gold, 6,500 silver, and lots of copper and stuff.
So they're literal vault, like their bank stash.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's an additional 4,200 GP worth of art, objects, gems, and jewelry. The second chest, when you open it, is lined with padded velvet on the inside, and you find a whole bunch of potions, which I'm just going to tell you what they are. You'll be able to identify these fairly easily. Um, there are 8 Cure Moderate Wounds potions, 4 potions of Lesser Restoration, 4 potions of Neutralize Poison, 4 potions of Remove Curse, 4 potions of Remove Disease, 2 vials of what Leon will be able to identify as Lich Dust Poison, 6 vials of
Ooh.
Medium Spider Venom, a single vial of Wyvern Poison, and a Ruby Vial worth 3,500 GP by itself, the Ruby Vial, and it contains a single dose of Oil of Life, distilled from the quicksilver of a Philosopher's Stone.
Hot damn.
Jeez. What the
The
hell is
third
the
and
book
final
preparing us for?
chest,
Mass
for some
war.
shit.
Yeah.
Like here's 2 raised dead scrolls and an oil of life.
Well, yeah,
Not
most of the
ominous.
wealth that you guys like should be getting is at the end of book 2. A lot of it's in this vault.
Yeah. I guess that's fair. But And like there was a big stretch where we weren't really getting any wealth, so. But
Yep. Okay. The
the
third and
way that they're
final
giving us the
test.
wealth is kind of scary.
Yeah. Well, old thieves guild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This last chest contains
Interesting.
several magical items that you will need to identify. There's a cloak. There's like a bunch of folded papers. There are 4 rings, a wand, and a rope.
Ooh, Ring of Freedom of Movement. My favorite
It
item
sounds
in the
Batman,
like
game.
what do you think it's
read
small? Ring of
magic for
Regeneration.
the papers. I mean, it sounds like there's 6 magic items beyond the papers. So I can use 2 scrolls or 2 charges of my wand of identify to try to identify those things. And I can roll 6 spellcraft checks with
Oh,
plus
sorry.
20.
They're not papers.
Oh,
It is a small wooden box, about 12 inches long and 6 inches wide.
okay. Well, that's
It's just a
7
box.
magic items. I'll just waste one of the charges. I'll use 3 charges of identify.
Okay.
From the wand. And give myself that plus 20 to identify to the spellcraft checks, and then I'll just, yeah. I'm probably gonna auto succeed on these, but I'll roll them anyway.
Probably.
Maybe there's
Make one for the
curses.
cloak first.
Sure.
Okay, you identify that
Whew.
as a cloak of elven kind.
Okay.
Do one for the box. Okay, you identify the box as a folding boat.
Yeah.
We need one of those. I think.
Yeah, if we want to be pirates.
I mean, it helped
Well, I
to get
mean, we were talking
around.
about
roll.
going.
Yeah.
We were talking about going out to help the elves, so the aquatic
Roll one for the
elves.
rings. They actually look like they're matching rings.
Oh, okay. So maybe I only need 2 charges then. $45.
Okay. You identify these as prisoners' dungeon rings.
Okay.
And you
So
know
one
that
of
these
them's.
always come in a set with a jailer's dungeon ring.
Do we have the jailer's dungeon ring though?
No, it is not present.
Okay.
But
So no, don't wear these.
yeah, when a prisoner's ring is placed on a subject, the prisoner can't remove the ring without the use of like some powerful spells like remove curse or limited wish.
Yeah. Well, we have
And
potions to
the
remove curse,
jailer,
so
anyone who possesses the jailer's ring is aware of a linked prisoner's ring as a
yeah,
constant status spell.
yeah. I know what these do.
So
I'm
these
gonna.
are unfortunately not super valuable by themselves.
They're worthless without the jailer's ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only a
Okay,
plus
go
10
ahead
bonus.
and
Shit. I thought it was 20 for some reason. Oh, 35 probably would have still been enough though.
yeah, that would have been. Go ahead and roll for the wand.
For the wand, the actual proper bonus from identify.
Okay. You identify it as a wand of alter self with 23 charges.
Okay, cool. Are these
And do one
stuff
for
that
the
are gonna
rope.
be in the? Okay. Are these gonna be things that you're gonna put in the inventory parcels
Yeah,
or whatever?
I can probably put them in inventory.
Okay.
At 37? Okay. So the robe appears to be a robe of bones. However, with your high check, you identify that it is a cursed item, and it is not a robe of bones, it is a robe of powerlessness.
See, this is why you prepare identify or have a wand of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you think about it, This might not actually be a magic item that they were trying to protect. It might actually be a magic item that the guild was using.
Yeah.
Because if you put
Between
a
that
robe of
and the dungeon
powerlessness on
rings.
somebody, it makes them very easy to take prisoner.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But yeah, you wouldn't know that unless you had a high check.
Probably even if we thought it was a Robo Bones, I don't know if anybody in this party would want to use it anyway. So in this case, it probably wouldn't have been that big a deal.
Yep, but maybe you'll find a use for it as a robe of powerlessness.
I just remember Wiz Pops wearing the headband that made him that we thought was a +6 headband, and it actually was like a headband of
Yeah,
foolishness
minus.
or whatever.
And I couldn't even
Yeah.
notice because my int was so high.
Yeah, you were just making
Never
the checks
trust
anyway.
the +6
It was pretty
items.
funny.
That was good fun.
It was actually really funny because he kept making the checks and being right anyway. So he didn't even get like the kind of giveaway thing where you start like
Yeah.
thinking
Nobody
that you're right, but
noticed.
everyone else is like, yeah, everyone else is like, that's not right at all. Cloak of Elvenkind. I don't actually have a cloak right now. Do I?
I mean, the problem is that that's not a cloak of resistance.
I know, but I don't even have a cloak of resistance yet. So
Were any of the rings of resistance? We had like the linked ones. What were the
No.
other ones?
no, they're prisoner rings.
Oh, okay. I thought there were 3, but maybe I'm mistaken.
The only rings are these prisoners' dungeon rings.
Okay.
I mean, I
Yeah, I
guess I could
won't
wear
be.
them. Anybody else want the
Yeah.
cloak of the Elvenkind?
No, you can take it. I got
I
something that
already
gives me a
have
+10
one.
bonus.
Ah, okay. I mean, eventually it's probably. Well, I don't even know because I'm playing a wizard. I might not necessarily get a cloak of resistance. I might actually just get like a robe of the Archmage or something eventually. But
Would that take the same slot?
no, but
No,
it
it's
gives
a
you a
body.
resistance bonus, and then at that point you can freeze up your cloak slot because it gives you like a. I don't know.
Ah,
I don't remember what type of how much a resistance bonus it gives you. It
It's
might
like
only be
4. It's
+2
a
or
lot.
something. Is it 4? Yeah,
wow.
it's really good then. Because yeah, that's like one of the things. If the only way you can really use all the cool cloaks if you're basically is if you're getting your resistance bonus somewhere else, or if you just have good enough saves that you don't care about the resistance bonus. Sometimes paladins can do that, but my saves aren't too bad actually. I don't have any resistance bonus, and I still have 6 fortitude and 10 will, which isn't bad for our level. And I have improved or greater, whatever, improved greater fortitude, so I can do a 1 reroll a day on the fortitude save. So.
If you want, you can sell it for money.
The Clovial. I mean, eventually I probably will, but for now I'll just wear it. Give myself that +5 bonus to stealth in case I need it. My stealth
But
isn't
yeah,
that bad actually
while
now.
I handle the item parcels and stuff like that, what else are you guys gonna do?
Uh, well, I guess, yeah, just pretty much divvying up the treasure between us,
Interior
and I.
decorating.
I thank everyone for
Um,
their assistance and spells, and thanks for accompanying me here.
I'll ask the
Oh, we didn't
aquatic
drain this
elves, I guess,
place
like
yet?
how long it takes to get to their like village or whatever. Like that's probably where we're going next.
That's a good question.
We drained this
Yeah.
place? As
We
well?
have a boat. We can sail our foldable boat to your village. We just procured means of doing this. It's much better than the shitty raft that we had um in the wasp nest. This will probably work a lot better.
All right, so Ava tells you guys that. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Traveling. She tells you that they came by land. There are mists that constantly hug the broken coast of the Dismal Niche, so their time getting here by land took. Okay, it tells
It's
me
gonna
how
be
long it
that
takes
long.
to sail, but
Well, we can sail.
okay,
We have a boat.
over land, it's a 60-mile journey. So you can cover that in about like 3 days. However, she does say that much of this trek over land is through increasingly rugged and unsettled and trackless hill country. So it might be 3 days, if we make good time.
Okay, but I mean, we have a boat.
However,
Are these
if you
mists
were to
that bad?
sail, you could do it in just under 2 days.
Okay. Yeah, because we have a folding boat. Um, and I'm sure, like, at least one of you could probably, like, come back there with us to guide us, I'm sure. Like, that seems reasonable, right?
The what now?
Oh, I said I'm sure one of them could help guide us back, like, guide us through the mist to their village. Like, come with us, basically. Be a guide.
Ava, yeah, volunteers to go with you guys, but
Okay.
she says that she actually doesn't know how to sail or navigate a boat. She can give you as much instruction as she can, but yeah, she's no captain.
Yeah, I don't know if any of us actually know how to sail a boat, to be honest.
Yeah,
We know
I
somebody
hate
who
to
Maybe.
suggest
does.
it.
I wonder if Octavio knows how to.
Ah, that is a better
He
idea
actually
than.
probably does, but also we
Octavio?
know someone that we know someone that owes us favors that knows how to sail a
Yeah,
boat.
you
That
do.
that's true.
And even if his ship isn't being allowed to leave because of the thing, he probably would. We could probably maybe convince him to
We
like
could exit
come
through the
sail our little
sewer
folding
exit
boat.
that goes
He's
out
gonna
like to the
captain
side to the ocean.
our folding boat.
He's gonna captain our 10-foot long folding boat.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're all gonna be crammed into.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it is going to be fairly
Can anybody
amusing
fly
It
to
away?
might.
soon try to
Wait, no, we
deal
have a
with it.
manta ray cloak, right? One of you guys can swim under
You do,
the
yeah.
boat.
Somebody could do that,
I'm
yeah.
definitely not doing that. You could not pay me any amount of gold in the world to swim in the ocean under the boat. It's
I'll
bad
give
enough
you
to get
3
on a
gold.
boat.
Getting on the boat is usually something you should not do. Like GMs want you to do it, but you should be wary about it. The GM sitting there looking at all those aquatic monsters that they
Well,
never even
actually,
used.
the folding boat, it has two forms. Only one form is 10 feet long. The second form, which you guys know the command word to, unfolds it into a ship that is 24 feet long.
Oh, okay, that's not as
Oh,
bad.
that's so much better.
That's still a boat, but I mean, it's not
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
still
a
a boat.
ship really.
In its
But
second
that's
form, yeah, the boat has a deck, a single rowing seats, 5 sets of oars, a rudder, an anchor, a deck cabin, and a mast with a square sail.
okay.
The ship carries
That's
15 people with ease.
okay. That's more reasonable. I'm like sitting there like, man, I'm crammed into this little 10-foot long boat. It's like
Yeah, the smaller one is if you actually need like a small boat for something.
yeah. I mean, we might have to use that one to like the smaller version of it, to exit out from the wasp nest, and then we can use our other normal raft as well to like
Yeah.
ferry people out on two
To
of them, and then
transform.
once we get out to like out into the harbor, we can transform it into the bigger version of the boat and send somebody back with the raft, or just moor it somewhere. But okay, so that might be one of our favors if nobody else knows how to sail a boat, is to ask him to accompany us for a few days, or actually about a week, because it takes like 2 days to get there. It's probably gonna take us a few days there, and then a couple days back.
Do you think it might be cheaper, uh, or less taxing on our nerves just to hire someone?
You mean to actually just
Uh,
hire another captain?
I
I'm
mean,
just,
maybe the problem with doing that is it's not very discreet.
well, just assisting the elves with the village. The person, they won't be going down there with us. They'll just be transporting us.
I'm pretty sure we're taking the boat into their village.
Yeah, I suppose. He'll all relent, but I mean he's gonna complain, but not as much as he thinks the captain will. Because that captain seemed to be fairly accustomed to luxurious quarters.
You'll have to ask him.
That's true. It's not even a sure thing yet. I guess that's what we can do. Next.
Can't believe this
Yep.
aquatic elf doesn't know how to. I guess it makes sense. They don't need boats. They
Yeah, they
just
don't
swim
do
everywhere.
both.
They just swim everywhere. I guess it'd be like the same thing. Like, I can just imagine somebody like, Araxi, you know how to pilot a boat? And she'd be like, what the? No,
That's racist.
you, you
Yeah,
don't.
she'd give you
You're
the
dumb.
business.
She'd be like, boats are stupid.
Why boat when you can swim?
Boats are as stupid as legs.
We
And
could all,
your shitty Riddleport
yeah.
city.
In fact, even people with legs can, swim. Why would you need a boat? But yeah, do you guys ask Sargetta, I guess, as we still have like a little bit of time left in the session here?
Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's probably way undervalued for a favor, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, at least it's somebody who we
Well,
know,
he might
so he
also be
don't
able to
takes
help
the boat.
us. Yeah, and he might also be able to help us in other ways while there too.
Yeah,
So
you might.
if we just ask him to accompany us for about a week going to the Dismal Niche, primarily as our boat captain, but if he can assist us in other ways too. Like, I don't know, maybe he can, maybe he's useful in a fight. I don't know.
Hey, maybe you'll find out.
You don't want to
Get
stretch your
our
legs?
Eh,
favors worth.
your sea legs.
I mean, if you don't think it's worth, like, a favor, we could just travel on foot.
Just
Or
walk.
horses, I guess, maybe. And a donkey for the little one.
I, as much as I am loath to ask him, I think that it might be perhaps best to ask the captain because he has his own ship and it seems to be a very nice ship, so he must be quite competent in making sure it doesn't get scuttled or otherwise.
Yeah, he is part of the Chelish Navy, so supposedly he's part of the military. He should know how to captain a boat in harsh situations.
Yeah. I
Maybe
mean,
he'll bring some wine.
theoretically, it won't be harsh and it'll be easy, but if it is bad, I'm
Hmm.
gonna be really glad that we have him with us.
I guess my
Yeah,
vote say
we'll
we
go ask
ask
him
him.
about it and say we have a favor. We'd like you to be like, I know your boat is moored, but we have a much smaller one that we can use, and we need to get to the dismal niche.
Yes, perhaps you can appeal to him. Perhaps he is feeling shanghaied and say it's a chance to stretch his sea legs.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe be like, I want to do this so much, I won't even count it as a favor. I doubt that would happen, but you know.
Maybe he won't
But
come
yeah,
and,
I'll ask him. I'll ask him to accompany us to the dismal niche using a smaller magical boat that we've secured.
Okay. So you're asking him to accompany you on your
Mm-hmm.
folding boat.
Yeah, to the dismal niche, and tell him that it'll be probably a little bit about a week, most likely, because it's 2 days there and 2 days back, and then we'll probably have to spend a couple days there too.
Okay. When you first ask him, he replies with something like an absolutely not. He knows the dangers of the dismal niche. There's ghost stories and dangers abound,
But
and he personally knows some ships that have,
I'll
like
also tell
gone there in
him.
search of treasure and never to be seen again.
Also tell him
What
that
was
we
that?
have a guide. I'll tell him that we have a guide as well who lives there. Because I'll
Yeah.
tell them that specifically going to a village of aquatic elves that are residing there, and then we have someone who is native there, and so he should be able to help guide around any of these dangers as well.
Okay, yeah, you do. And that's like part of the whole you're invoking your favor thing with him, and I
Yeah.
assume that you're making that explicit.
Yes, I mentioned that as well, but I tell them that it shouldn't be as bad as quite as bad as you might expect because we do have someone that is like lives there, can help us navigate some of these things you're worried about.
He understands this, and he remarks that you know a guide is a guide, one that has never probably guided a ship, but he says that
Yeah,
this is still a
that's why we
very
need you.
dangerous yeah thing to do. And while he's sure that this is a bad idea and that this might even risk his own life, um, he will he will captain your ship that you're providing him, purely because by honor he is obliged to, and that you know he would give his life for Markel, and if this is how it happens to be, then uh, yeah, he'll be disappointed, but he can't break his word.
All right, I'll assure him that we're going to do everything we can to make sure that he gets back,
He's
that
very
all of us get
he's
back.
very blasé about, oh, I'm sure you're going to do that.
I roll my eyes behind his back.
He'll be bringing some of his own crew then on the board, a small group of them, and he's going to leave his lieutenant in charge of
Okay.
his own ship.
That should be fine as long as it's no more than 5 or 6 people. The boat's not that big. But all right, yeah. Actually, him balking at it actually makes me more confident that it's the right thing to bring him with us. to be honest.
Oh yeah, if you guys didn't have a favor, it would have required a very high diplomacy check
I
not
mean,
only ensure like secrecy about what you guys are doing, but also just to convince a captain to do this for
just
you.
indicated. Yeah, to be fair, we're pretty good at that, but yeah, it's nice not to have to worry about it. Our party's pretty good at diplomacy between Freedom and Amon, like especially. But I think even Leon has okay. Or no, does Leon have good diplomacy? I know he
No,
has good bluff. He has good bluff. I know.
I have
Pluto,
a
just wait
+1
till
in
I get a few
diplomacy.
ranks in Hell
Barry.
Knight.
Oh, Barry has good
Uh,
diplomacy.
Yeah.
at 6 ranks in Hell Knight, I can use my Intimidate check for diplomacy rolls.
Yeah, you can.
That's
You'll just
that's pretty silly.
intimidate people into telling
It's
them
gonna be
things.
silly. If I do that, I might not though.
People will be so intimidated that they'll just respect him enough to cooperate with him.
I respect your strength. Please don't hurt me.
That's like the silly thing where like you can all these different things that let you add strength to like skills. Like do you
Yeah,
normally
add
wouldn't add
strength
it
to
to?
Intimidate.
Yeah, well you can already
That
do
makes
that, but I mean
sense.
there's
That's
even
probably
things
what
where you
I
can
mean.
like add your strength to knowledge checks or something like that's like because your brain is
Yeah.
the
Flexing
biggest
your
muscle or
brain.
whatever, I guess is why. Or like
That's
use your
silly.
strength on use your strength on diplomacy rolls. Like that's a thing
That
you can
would
do. Just
work for my
you just flex
whatchamacallit.
at him.
That would
Dinkles.
work for my 18 strength, yeah, wizard. Dinkles the buff nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18
Anywho,
strength,
so
18 intelligence.
Yep. That was fun.
I started reading a thing about it where like they got strength to all these different skills and they're just like, yeah, you just flex at them and make people like you.
Alright, so you secure his aid.
Is that like Arnold
So, of course,
Schwarzenegger?
this is free.
You just flex it.
Yeah.
Not the best talking charisma, but
His strength is also his charisma.
yeah.
People are just
Yeah.
enchanted by his muscles.
Mhm.
How do you use strength for
Or the
perception?
rock's smoldering look.
That I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know. Your eyeballs come out of your sockets and get really large and zoom around. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's like it's like Jorgen von Strangle from
Jumanji.
the Fairly Odd Parents. They just like his muscles alert him to danger.
Yeah.
He can
And
feel
when
the
he
tingling in
flexes,
his
they
muscles.
laugh.
Muscles just start twitching.
Yeah.
They know
Yeah.
you're talking about them. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Just anyway, yeah. Cool.
Yep,
That's a
so
buttload of
Captain
potions.
Sargetta will
And we'll
sail
tell
you there to the
yeah.
Dismal
We'll
Niche.
tell
Free
him
of charge.
I guess we're planning to leave
Cool.
the next day, probably.
Or even today. He can get ready immediately.
I'm not. My weapon's not ready.
Wait, how long do you need for a weapon?
Just a couple more days.
Okay, we're leaving as soon as Freedom's weapon's ready, which is in like a couple days.
Okay.
And
Noted.
that'll give Grim time when he gets back if he needs to like purchase
So if he's
anything
got
with
some
the
out of
loot.
Yeah.
yeah, or if he wants to do some crafting stuff himself.
Ava
Cool.
says that she will be ready.
That also gives Amon some time to do some, putting his lawyer office in order before he leaves for a
Mhm.
week.
So yep,
Make
we will
sure.
continue
what's your
next
cover
week
story?
on the 9th.
Just
All
that I'm
right.
very busy.
Okay. So you're not telling people you're going out of town.
No, if I don't know, I probably won't. I'll probably just say like I'm very busy working on something.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. The parcels for the stuff. I'll keep working on that for next week as well. Um, but yeah, we'll do this part 2 for this book next week
All right.
once Grim is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Man, we
already at
got
part
like
2 of the book.
a bunch of loot.
Yeah, part 1 is most of the role play and the the council and stuff like that. Setting up.
Hmm.
Part 1 is just setting up your guys' agendas for what you're going to do in this book. Like,
Okay.
securing relations in Asasazi and Vyre and the thing in Menador, and also trying to get you guys to pursue alliances with the noble families.
So we probably still have some part 1 stuff we haven't actually done yet then, because like actually talking to the noble families, but
Yeah. You could
but
do that
yeah.
at any time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the most important thing.
And then, of course, there are other things in the book after
Yeah.
this. Some things that have already been foreshadowed.
Yeah. Yeah, at least this will give me some extra time to prepare like a couple of other potions that can be, regurgitated and used again and again.
Yeah. Very funny.
Yep, those potions are gonna start tasting like nicotine and slowly start turning a shade of dark gray.
Dang, I'm not as
Whoa.
stealthy as Priscilla.
But yeah, with that, that's it for the session. No XP tonight, unfortunately.
That's
That's
fine.
fine.
Okay.
Got a
There
bunch
there
of
was
loot.
nothing actually worth XP. It was mostly just set up.
We got a
Yeah,
ton of valuable items though.
yeah, lots of them.
Did you put the scrolls into Barry's inventory by chance, or
I haven't yet. No, I
okay.
I will do that. I'm still editing the parcels.
And then who grabbed the oil of life? Is Leon have that or something? Or is that just not in the parcels?
Uh, Not that I think it's still on a parcel.
It's not in the parcels yet. Okay. Well, it's not up there. I don't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see that or the scroll of life. Scrolls of life.
No, the scrolls were. I didn't even mention them earlier, but yeah, I just assumed that they were going to go into
Oh, you
Barry's
just add them to
inventory.
your sheet. Or to Barry's. Oh, yeah, because he's the only one that can cast it. Yeah, I guess I
Yeah,
was just saying, yeah, if we don't have the item there, we might forget about it.
I guess I have the handy haversack, so I just grab the folding boat.
Yeah, I just took a couple cure moderate wound potions. I don't think I care for anything else. Like I
How
could
do
grab a
you
random other one.
how do you take an item from the party sheet? Like if there's multiples
Click
of
and
it
drag.
without.
If you still click and drag, I'll still do
Shift.
one.
Shift
Oh, just
while
you
Yeah,
want
you're
to.
shift grabs all of them. If you just click
Gotcha.
the eye, it'll only pick one at a time.
Okay, good. I didn't want to take them all.
You guys want the poison? Do you guys care about the poisons?
Uh, I'm not really built as like a poison person.
Sell
Like I know
them?
that's like an alchemist thing, but yeah, I think just selling it would be good. Or if the
Wyvern poison's no
Lady
joke though.
Ducour.
But yeah, I don't know if anybody in this
Yeah,
party uses them well.
I guess if there's any really good poisons, maybe
Yeah, the
save them
wyvern
so that they could.
poison.
Wyvern poison is what killed Secret's character in Shattered Star. Fun fact.
Okay,
Yep.
then
I killed it.
maybe
I
we
killed
can.
a
Two
PC with
vials
Wyvern
of lich
poison.
dust poison, 6 vials of medium spider venom, a single vial of wyvern poison.
I don't actually know what Lich Dust poison even does.
It's not like immensely powerful. It's okay though. I gotta add the wealth though that you guys find.
Did you just go
All
quiet?
this
Oh, there
silver.
we go.
I guess you guys care about silver. The copper, though, the copper's annoying. 14,400 copper.
Oh
Let's
my
see,
god.
and I just want to turn this into gold. What's this? Let's see, divided by 100? Okay, so
Isn't it 144?
14,400 copper is 144 gold pieces. So I'm just gonna add that to your gold. Yeah, it's a very small amount of gold. But of course, to like a common person, yeah, 14,000 copper is just a huge amount.
Yeah.
That's all they need for a while. Is like almost 100 and a half. Yeah, halfway there to like 300. So I'll give you guys this.
Yay, money.
Alright, and Caleb, you can add 500 to yours. Since I'll be
Oh
paying you back.
yeah. I guess we
Those
got
months,
just
huh?
about 500 there. Yeah. Well, plus platinum and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
platinum's worth a lot too. The platinum's just even more than the gold, really. Yeah, and then I guess I'll add the poisons later, but those are all of the potions and stuff, and I think you guys already took some of the magic items I put up there.
Hmm.
Lots of potions. You guys should be fine
Yeah.
on curing yourselves for a while.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Out of combat, anyways.
Or even in combat, you
Potions are
never know.
pretty good for
Potions
a
are
potion
okay
of
in
Potion-
combat
lesser
too.
restoration is really good in combat compared to like
Yeah.
Yes,
trying to
They
cast
actually.
it.
provoke to drink, but yes.
Yeah,
Good
but I
job,
mean,
3 rounds.
lesser restoration is
Right.
way better than a wand in combat for that one specifically, just because it's a 1 round activation
Instead of 3.
instead of 3. Yep.
Yep.
But I mean, potions in general aren't that bad in combat, just because like anybody can use them. But yeah,
Yeah, that's
like
why they're so expensive.
obviously you don't do it while you're sitting in melee combat, but yeah. Do I have any potions on me by chance? I have some cure light wounds on me, but it probably makes sense for me to grab at least one of the moderates.
You know what I need to get is a charisma headband. I didn't realize how important it is for Hell Knights to have charisma, but it's pretty dang important. Because
It's
like
a
that
nice
adds to my
secondary stat.
smite, it adds to my DCs for some of my Hell Knight boons, things like that. It adds to. There's something else pretty big. It adds to. Oh yeah, I get like bonuses on resistances against certain types of effects like compulsion or charm. I can choose, and that. And maybe that doesn't have to do with charisma, but there's another thing that has to do with charisma too. So I might try and see if someone can craft or if
Intimidate.
I can buy a charisma headband. Yeah, it also helps on intimidate checks.
Ah, man. It's kind of funny, the 2 spells that I took from leveling up were both spells that if I'd known about, I don't even know if they existed back when we played Second Darkness, because some of them might be newer. But they're like spells that I would have 100% taken on Araxi. One of them is... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask Secret if you saw my Discord message.
No.
Oh, okay, well. Check it out, I thought that was fun.
Where?
On Discord, I messaged you.
You did?
Like a direct message.
You. Weird. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. I haven't looked at that. I'm actually falling asleep
yeah.
for some reason. I don't know.
No worries, we're at the end of the session, so you guys can, head out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was falling asleep in the middle of that. I had to go get a monster to wake up.
Well, it was a
Nice.
role
Not
play
your
and
fault.
setup
I'm
heavy
just not.
session.
It's not. Yeah, sorry. Not because of your game. Because I haven't been getting enough sleep during the week.
Alright, well, wish
That's-
me
that's
luck that
why.
I'm gonna get all the rest that I need, because I'm gonna get my second vaccination tomorrow.
Ooh,
I
Oh.
wish you
that's
luck.
good. I'm
It's
surprised you
good, but
didn't
I
already get it
expect to
as a
be.
teacher. I thought you would have been like fully done by now.
No, are you kidding? The
I guess
situation
you're
with
in
teachers getting
California, so
vaccinations is that like the like not very many school districts are doing the whole like we're making sure our teachers are getting vaccinated. It's their
what?
For us it's like we have to go and find our vaccinations.
It depends on
That's weird.
state by state. So yeah.
Yeah, I would put teachers like at near the top of the list. Like number one, old senior people with health or people with health conditions. Number two, teachers and other like essential workers. But
Healthcare
I don't know.
workers probably go a little bit higher, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We
And I
can
work
actually
in
get a
healthcare, but I'm not like actually healthcare
right.
provider. So unfortunately, I'm in like
I
IT.
actually was able to, if I want, FedEx will give me like a little note that says, "I am an essential worker. Please give me vaccine." I
Yeah.
didn't bother to get it because I'm like, I don't think I
I
need
mean, if
it.
I were
Like,
you,
I mean,
I maybe would just because you have to
well, no,
go
no,
to work,
I want to get the
right?
vaccine, but I don't think I need the letter. I don't think I actually need the letter. I don't think it's
Yeah.
actually going to do anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely just waiting for now because I work from home. I hardly ever am around anyone, so it's not a big deal.
I'm gonna try
Anyway,
to
the
go to
two
the doctor,
spells
so I'm gonna
I
try
picked up.
to get my shot while I'm there if possible.
One of them is
Yeah.
phase step, which lets you
Ooh,
teleport a
that's a good
willing
one.
creature. It lets you teleport a willing creature at close range.
Somewhere you can see, I think.
You have to be
That
able to
one
see it
is
and
in
have
like
line of
dim door where you
effect.
can just like, yeah.
And you could do it on yourself too as a third level spell. It's not too
Is
bad.
that a swift or is it a standard?
It's a standard action. So
Okay.
it's
For some
but
reason, I
it's
was
a
thinking that
lower
one might be faster.
yeah, it's a lower level spell. So but I 100% would have taken that on Araxi. Like I was
Oh
looking for
yeah,
something
that's
like
such a
that.
good spell,
I was trying to find something that would let
especially
me
for
like
that.
teleport other people. This is still only willing creatures. Like you can't use it to teleport bad guys. Like that'd be really cool. But
Sure.
the other one they took is assume appearance, which basically works like we kind of did like a homebrew of like a lower level version of a spell that they had in there for the where you like wear the skin of like the um like of a corpse. And this kind of does that with except you don't actually have to wear the skin of the corpse. It's just a transmutation spell, but you need to have a corpse as a focus.
This is like what Matt's character used in Mantis's game, I think.
Sort that yeah, that basically was the spell that Araxi used as well. It's a necromancy spell. But there's an actual third level transmutation spell called Assume Appearance from Horror Adventures. So it wasn't out when we played Second Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
But if it had been, we probably would have just used that because I mean it's very simple. Like it's a level 3 spell. I had access to those. I can't remember. Was that spell that I used, the Lesser Corporeal whatever it was called? Was that level 3? I don't actually remember.
No, that was higher.
It was level 4. I know the actual version was level 7, but I couldn't cast those. So I had like a weaker version that we like.
I think it was level 5.
Okay. So yeah,
Paruto, do you want to play Rigo Regins with me?
this one is it doesn't have it has some disadvantages to that because it can actually be dismissed. It works like alter self basically, and but it lasts days per level still. But yeah. No, I'm actually gonna go to bed pretty soon. I only got like a couple
Aww.
hours. I really only got a couple hours of sleep before this.